Good morning, everybody. It's Jim Feist and Dave Koken in Las Vegas. Dave, good morning to you.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. I know you got a lot going on. You got a lot of radio shows, podcasts, etc. You got a lot of websites. You're selling picks. You're doing pretty well, I see. And I just want to open it up to you. And what would you like to talk about today?
Well, I mean, obviously the Super Bowl's ready. For me, the Super Bowl's done already. I have to wait and see what happens in the game. The interesting thing is I've never found this to be a great sales tool. So it's probably why I don't talk about it as much. I think people are going to do what they want to do in the Super Bowl. And it's not something I've tried to sell over the years, probably because I generally don't think it's a great bet. I think with the props out there, if you have time to really go through the props and study them, then you can make some money there. I think there's a growing market, obviously a growing market for that, but I don't really have that much time to do that. So, I'll have some fun with some props, but that's about it for me. So my focus is where it usually is this time of year, which is NHL and college basketball.
Well, you're doing well in those, of course.
College basketball has been really inconsistent all year. I'm not going to say that I've been doing well because that would be bullshit. I've been back and forth. I get hot, and then I cool off. And then I get hot, and then I cool off. The hockey's been really good all year. Really good.
Well, and, we both are looking forward to the baseball season, which starts in a little bit, another month or so. And so we're excited about that. But the Super Bowl, let me talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. It's pretty obvious that everybody does pick their side, and a lot of people, what creates an opportunity is a lot of people just like to bet the team they like, and they don't worry about the point spread. So there's a lot of money line stuff out there.
Oh, they're not doing that here. Because the Patriots, outside of their fan base, the Patriots are not a popular football team. They're like the Yankees. And but they're betting the Patriots in this game. There's no question about that.
Well, if you want to bet the game, would you be better off betting the Patriots on the money line, laying a little bit more juice, or lay the 2.5 that's out there today?
I think it's 6 of one, a half a dozen of the other. I mean, you get to save money with the point spread, but it could be that close. But at less than 3, I think I'd probably go point spread. If it lands on 1 or 2, well, that's the way it goes. You got unlucky, but no, that's a lot of juice to lay for 2 points.
Yeah, it is. What would the normal price be during the season on a regular season game if the team was 2.5? What would be the money line on the favorite?
I think it depends on the teams again, and it depends on where the action's flowing. Here you're actually not. It's not a horrible price for the Patriots. I just don't. I don't see much of an edge there. I mean, it's. Minus one. What is it? Minus 130.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't realize. Honestly, I didn't realize it was quite that low. Minus 125 and 130. No, there I would definitely play money line. I actually thought it was higher than that.
The reason I brought it up is in the past, in the Super Bowl and maybe championship games as well, a lot of people like to bet a little, win a lot, and they play the money line on the dog, and they do it so frequently that it brings down the favorite price to a price that's more conducive than laying the point spread on the team. Personally, I like the Patriots on the money line. And
at this price, yeah. I honestly had not looked at the price, and it's honestly 120.
It's a bargain. It really is. I mean, if you lay 2.5 and lay 110, why don't you lay the 120 with no points?
Yeah, really.
So it's crazy. So I think the best bet on the game, if you like the Patriots, is definitely lay the money line. Now, let's talk a little bit about the total. Total opened up 58. Some places even saw 59. Then it came down to 56, 56.5. When they put the first half price up, they had it at 28.5. And I know that most of the scoring generally happens in the second half and overtime. So I bet even though I like the game over, I like the game over the 56 that's out there. but I bet under 28 and 28 and a half in the first half. Now, that's the way the games usually play it. I think it'll be a little tight, a little conservative. I think Sean McVay will try to protect Goff early because Goff is a young guy. First Super Bowl, he has to be somewhat nervous. And I think they're going to run the ball and run out some clock. And we know how the Patriots are playing with the short passes, the running game, 6-7 minute drives. I think until a team gets ahead two scores or three scores, if that happens, you're going to see a pretty conservative game plan. But I do think it's going to open up at some point in the second half and potentially even in overtime. The most points will be in the second half, which is typically the case anyway. So I have the first half under 28, 28 and a half, and the game over 56, 56 and a half. So I play a lot of angles like that. Maybe it's angle shooting or whatever you call it, but I get advantages that way. And then some of the props I played, I have like 15 props that I've played. You know, you can't get down much. I mean, there's one place, some offshore places you can get 2,500, you know, on a game, but most of the places are a little conservative on that stuff.
Yeah, and you know, look, yes, but again, for me, I can't say anything serious about the props because I don't treat it seriously. So, I'm probably the wrong guy to have on this week because everybody wants to talk Super Bowl, and I'm looking to make money, and it's just for me, that's not an area that I do it. You know my history in the NFL. It's not my strongest sport. It never has been, and that goes way back to the days we were doing Proline. Like I'd sit there with some lengthy analysis on college football games, and in the NFL, it'd be like, well, you know, I like the Jets or whatever. I've never had the same feel for the NHL, or excuse me, for the NFL, and you can't pretend something is there when it's not. So I defer to people in the NFL, whereas in the college sports and the NHL, I think you're going to do okay with me.
Well, I respect that, Dave, and you know, I love college basketball. I'm also playing pro NBA. I'm going to play a lot more NBA after the All-Star break because they're really getting down to they're going to start playing. You know, in the college hoops, I mean, we really have to look at this. We don't talk about this very much, but some of these teams only have like 10 games left.
Right. Yeah, listen, it's bubble time.
Yeah, and that's where I think I'm going to defer to you to what you're looking at now with these 10 games left for some of these teams before their tournaments.
There's some really good late season angles that come into play in college basketball, and not only with the teams at the top of the food chain, but also with the teams way down in the depths. So the added board is where there's, to me, some really good opportunities. They're not all big plays, but I played 4 games tonight just off the added board. And I played 4 off the regular board as well. So, as an example, I've got 8 games tonight. 4 is full-strength plays and 4 is half-unit plays. But this is my favorite time of year. In the last 2 Februaries, if you just played 1 unit on everything I've played in college basketball the last 2 Februaries, you're ahead of a 35 net units. That's a lot.
Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot for 1 month.
Yeah, so this is where I get excited. I play more games in February than any other month in college basketball, and I do quite well with it. So this is no BS. This is my time of year in college basketball. Once the tournaments start, I tune it back down. I don't think the tournaments offer as many good opportunities, but these last 4 weeks of the regular season, which are beginning right now, there is absolutely money to be made in college basketball.
I totally agree with you, Dave. And everybody, Dave's plays, my plays are up at jimfeist.com. Go there to get those plays because we are going to win you money from now through the end of the college basketball season. And I have a lot of good stuff in the Super Bowl, so I'm really excited about that. A lot of props, a lot of side bets, total bets, etc. It's fun, and I usually do very well. And the NFL is a sport that I do focus on quite a bit. Anyway, Dave, I want to thank you. Anything else you want to cover before we sign off?
I'll mention one of the games I like tonight off the added board. I'm not going to go into details on why because it's an angle that I that I've found, and I don't like sharing my angles. Once they get public, they're no good. So I'll just tell you that the play is on team number 690, Tennessee State. They're -4 or 4.5 at home against Tennessee State, minus the points if they're looking for a little action tonight.
Okay, well, I'll take that to the bank and make a play on it. I have quite a few games up there as well, and since I already gave you some free stuff on the Super Bowl, I guess that's probably enough. I'm also going to give you a free play on Oakland, number 620. They're playing against Youngstown State, and they are home in this game. And they've just a little information. They've gone under the last 5 games, and they've covered the last 4. Their home record, I mean, this is the Youngstown State rocky year, 6-16 on the year. Oakland, like I said, and Dave and I talked about, we're coming down the home stretch. Oakland is 10-12 straight up on the season. This is a rather important game for them at the moment. And over the last few games, I've seen Oakland improve their power rating quite substantially. They've covered the last 4. It should be an easy cover, but that's not one of my strongest plays. My strongest plays are up at JimFeist.com, as is Dave's. So, Dave, thank you very much for today. We'll talk again next week.
Sounds good, Jim.
Thank you, buddy.